Hi guys, I'm going to be doing a quick lecture on Renaissance art and how it is different than medieval art. So the Renaissance, I hope you know by now, is the rebirth of knowledge and interest in ancient Greece and Rome. So I'm going to drop some knowledge on you. All right, so we got ancient Greece, ancient Rome. This is the time when there's a lot of philosophers, democracy is born, new ideas in science and medicine and art are very important to ancient Greece and ancient Rome. And that's why it comes back and you see a lot of ancient influences in the Renaissance. As we know, we started talking about Europe in the Dark Ages. The Vikings were starting to attack Europe. Oh, wait, not that Viking. Anyways, it started to attack Europe, moving out of Scandinavia and Iceland and into European countries such as the United Kingdom and England. And they were a very scary group. If you remember that whole butterfly thing that I talked about in class, not the most friendly people. Okay, so to protect themselves from outsider invasion, such as the Vikings, Europeans created a system called feudalism. And feudalism had serfs and knights and lords and monarchy and all those fancy people. And feudalism was created as a way for everyone's basic needs to get met. However, as Europe was continuing the feudal system, the plague hit, and people thought it was the end of the world, and there just weren't enough human beings alive to continue feudalism, as well as the Crusades and other events that ended feudalism as well. Then, out of the Dark Ages and out of feudal Europe comes the Renaissance. So, we're going to be talking about art in the Renaissance and how it is different than medieval art. There's a few different art techniques. One is called chiaroscuro. It's Italian, or you can say chiaroscuro. Either one is correct. Chiaroscuro means that light and dark is used in art to portray realism. So, as you can see, these people almost look like a photograph because of the way the light is reflecting off of their flesh and their skin. This is by Caravaggio, and it is the taking of Christ. You can imagine this man right here would supposed to be Jesus Christ. Sfumato is an art technique where you blur lines to create an idea of it popping out at you or becoming 3D. So this is the Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci, and the background of her painting is very blurry. There's not a lot of sharp details. So it looks like she's standing closer to the viewer and that this nature scene is further away from her. So it creates that 3D look. So you can actually go see the Mona Lisa in a museum in Paris, France called the Louvre. And I've been there before 4 years ago. Oh, this is Miss Easterly in 2012, so young. And did I take a photo in front of the Mona Lisa? No, I took a photo in front of some Egyptian lions because that's just who I am. Anyways, another art technique is perspective. Not like your viewpoint, which we've been talking about in history a lot, but this is art perspective. And it's how you represent a subject so that the viewer or the person looking at the photograph or the art painting or the sculpture feels like there's some depth there. It creates this 3D illusion. So again, this is another image of Christ. You'll see a lot of religion come up in the Renaissance art, and it looks like we're closer to his feet than we are to his head. So that's like a perspective drawing. Here are some other examples of art in the Renaissance. So if you're looking at this lady right here, she looks closer to the viewer than these people in the back courtyard. Also, I love that there's a peacock just chilling up here because why not? Renaissance artists. So lots of lines being used to create this idea of depth and people being closer and further away from us. Also, this painting of Venice, Italy, these boats in the canals look much closer to us than far away. Oh, look at this little dog. Anyway, so these people look closer than the people in the courtyard far away. So that's more perspective drawing, chiaroscuro with the light and the dark, and sfumato with the blurred lines. Medieval art did not have these art techniques. So if you look at this famous painting of the Virgin Mary and Jesus, you'll see that these people in the background, they're not really varying in size or in color or darkness or shading. And so it kind of looks like they're almost stacked on top of each other. These are supposed to be all the saints and other really famous religious people at the time, but there's really no depth or no perspective in the people in the background compared to the other paintings of the Renaissance. This is another image that came out of medieval Europe. I just like it because, guys, unicorn right here. But anyways, these things here and monkey, like there's a lot going on here, bunnies. There's not a lot of depth. You can't really tell that this, what is this, a dog? That this dog is further away than this lion thing. And so these are very technical terms, by the way. So you really don't see any perspective, any depth like you would in Renaissance painting. So just to go back in time, not that, here we go. Okay, so the light and the dark, the blurring of the lines, perspective, it really makes these art pieces look more realistic and less like, I don't know how to say this, like less advanced, I guess, than medieval art. But they help to create art looking more realistic and more modern like we know of today. So I hope you guys are having a good time during doing this unit, and I will see you guys when I return.